Oh, hello. I thought I'd do a talking video change. One about a week ago, I think it was, or 2 weeks ago, but I got rid of it. Talking about things I didn't really want to talk about a bit embarrassed, so I got rid of it. I thought I'd do one because there's a lot of things going on in my mind at the moment, and I'm hoping that some of you may be able to identify with me. And I hope there'll be some young people watching this video and taking heed of what I say, because if you do, your life might turn out better than my life, which is really rubbish, to be honest with you. I'm in a loveless relationship. I'd say that we're both parasites. We feed off each other. There's no real love there. He can't even say if he loves me or not. I asked him, "Do you love me?" He said, "A bit." He said, "I think I love you a bit." Well, to me, that means he doesn't love me. Loveless means as well sexless relationship too, which I don't care about that anymore anyway. I don't mind people knowing. I'm 58 in April, and when I look back on my life, I've got so many regrets, and I've got lots of negative memories, but not many good memories at all. I can think of a few, but nothing really wonderful, or apart from having my children, I think, giving birth to them and holding them for the first time. You never forget that. I don't have a proper relationship with my son anymore. I don't see him. And me and my daughter get on quite well, but we clash. I think she's very sensitive. Maybe I was like that when I was her age, I don't know. She's coming up to 29 this year. Uh, she's got problems of her own, I think. I hope she doesn't mind me saying that. She deals with problems quite well. She's quite strong. Stronger than me, anyway. I've always been weak, always been soft, always been a doormat. And I've only ever done what people have told me to do. Yeah, so this is what I'm really saying to any young people that may be watching this video. Follow your dream, but first of all, know what it is. Is it realistic? Is it achievable? And if it is, go for it. Don't listen to people saying, "Oh, you won't last, you're not going to be any good at that." Don't listen to them. Follow your dream, whatever it is. My dream, when I was really uncertain. I didn't have any goals or ambitions because when I was at school, um, it wasn't very academic. Not many people went on to university, which is just comprehensive. And I just learnt the basics really. I wasn't doing many O levels, I was mainly doing CSEs, and that's really for children that are below average, which I wasn't. The teachers used to say, I could hear them talking, "Why is she doing CSEs? Why is she not doing an O level, in that subject?" But they never moved me up. There's no more room, there's no more space in that O level class. And doing CSEs really wrecked my education. I'd come top of the class, but still, they wouldn't move me up. I managed to do two O levels only. The rest were CSEs and something else called RSAs, Royal Society of Arts. I don't know why. It was a secretarial course. And unfortunately, they gave it a stupid name called reception skills. Reception skills are just learning to use a switchboard. But the funny thing is, we never even learned how to use a switchboard. We did stupid flower arranging, Or we prepared a buffet for our headmistress one year. What else did we learn? We learnt numeracy. It's just another word for maths, commerce, typing on one of those old-fashioned typewriters. Computer. Well, I'm sure there was children, girls, sleeping in the computer room overnight. Because there was only about 5 computers. And whenever I went to the computer room, there was just people in there sitting at computers, a small amount of computers, and big um, line of girls waiting to use a computer. And I got one chance to use it for about 5 minutes. And the teacher just handed me this piece of paper with a code written on it. And I was typing it, and I thought, what's going to happen? He said, no, just type it in. Time's up. I thought, I haven't even finished writing the code. All it was a black screen with green writing on it and numbers, letters and numbers, codes. I thought, oh no, never again. What else did we do? Office machinery. Can you believe that? Office machinery. How to use a calculator. And printers. Things that went out like during the floods, the Great Flood, Noah's Ark. One teacher said to us, group of girls, when we were in the sixth form, and that's the ones that were mainly doing A levels. I was doing one A level. Well, I started off with two. Then eventually, within a few months, it started off with none. That's a long story. Anyway, the head of the sixth form, she said, don't worry, girls, when you leave school, and I think this was a single lady as well, a lesbian, yeah. She said, don't worry, you'll find a nice man, get married, have children, and your husband will support you, and you'll be a housewife. And I thought, that sounds really great. And I thought, I don't really have to do anything academic then. I left school at 18, and it didn't take me too long to find a job. I was very good at interviews, don't know why. So I'm quite a shy person. And my first job was a typist, I think, was it? No, it was a junior secretary, that's it. And I learnt switchboard there because I worked on reception as well, which I wasn't very good at. I was really slow. But a very good typist. I was very fast and accurate. My grammar then was perfect. Spelling was good as well. And how did that job end? Oh yeah, nervous breakdown. That's it. That's a nervous breakdown. Second job, I lasted quite a lot longer. I really liked it, but I had a drink problem by then, and everyone drank at this company. Lunchtimes, we all went to the pub. Everyone went to the pub and got merry. So not a lot of work was done in the afternoon. My typing wasn't very good either. Yeah, and I used to laugh at all my mistakes and the rude words I typed in by mistake, like bum, B-U-M. Maybe instead of but, I probably typed bum, something like that. It was a fool. And I thought, I don't really like secretarial work. The reason I was doing secretarial work was because of that, because I knew how to type, basically. And my German teacher said to my mum, oh, Laura would make a very good secretary. But she was right, actually, because I actually got a job as a PA eventually. Rubbish money, though. Oh, it was terrible. For what I had to do, and I worked overtime, and I didn't get any money for it either. What an idiot. I worked overtime. And it was a father, mother, and son business. Well, the father was retired. It wasn't a great big corporation or anything. It was just a small company. I won't mention what type of company in case my boss is watching this video and he'll probably remember me because I don't think I've changed a lot in all those years. Very bad tempered. Mum was as well. And his dad kept calling me Gloria. It's not Gloria, it's Laura. Laura. But he just did it to wind me up. And it was more or less the mother and the son running the business. And they didn't have a very good relationship. They were always arguing. And one day, I was in the middle. One was tugging me on one hand, and the other had me by the other hand, and they were pulling me. I thought they were going to split me in half because they both wanted me to do something for them. Oh, and then I got another job not long after that, and I got pregnant, and that was really the end of my short working life. I mean, I did do part time in a laundrette. That's really hard work, actually. People think, oh, it's easy. It's not. And people expect you to work wonders. Like, they bring in blankets that cats have laid on that's covered in hairs, and they think the hairs are going to come off in the washing machine. No, if it's embedded with hair, it's gonna be really difficult, especially if it's a fluffy, furry blanket. If it's a smooth blanket, it's easier. But yeah, oh, really dirty clothes, and you could see it, dirt, dirty water swishing around, really dirty. And no, clothes were still filthy when they came out. If you get stains on your clothes, you're meant to treat the stain immediately with cold water if you've got nothing else. I know my mum used to use methylated spirits on certain stains, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what type of stains they were. Ink, maybe. But if you let the stain just sit, it's going to be there forever. And grease stains, forget about it. You'll never get them out. Anyway, I did have one goal. I didn't really want to be a secretary. I didn't really want to be a mother either, but that's another story. What I wanted to be originally was a nun. Yeah. From the age of 15 to 17, I really felt I had a calling. One of my friends was a nun, and I used to go on retreats. Well, I went on two, and I was always on my knees praying. Very, very, very religious. And people tried to say, no, no, Laura, you won't make a very good nun. It's just a phase you're going through, Think of something more realistic. And I wanted to be a cloistered nun, didn't I? Yeah, the quiet ones that don't go out. That's what I wanted. And I found out about the habits, didn't I? I found out. Well, I knew by that my nun friend, she didn't wear a veil half the time, and her hair was quite long, and she just wore a blouse with a cross and a normal skirt, navy blue, tights, and normal shoes. Some of them wore slingbacks, quite fashionable, and earrings. I thought, oh, I thought of joining her order. Daughters of Mary and Joseph, I think they were called. And I found out that they don't really wear habits anymore. Some of the older nuns wore a veil, but usually a knee length skirt. But I wanted the full habit. I wanted the wimple, everything, the long dress, the mantle, everything, whatever you call it, that thing. Um, yeah, I was a bit of a romantic fool in those days. This was my dream to become a nun and fall in love with a handsome prince. I mean, how corny is that? I was an idiot. I'm sorry. And that's what I'm going to call this video. I'm an idiot, alright? Because I was stupid. Anyway, I had that dream for 2 years and then it fizzled out. And I started to get more interested in boys. I really liked older men, but boys were all I could sort of get my hands onto. And I'm not saying I had sex or anything. I was still pure, but just a normal teenager, really. Just normal, kissing and that sort of stuff. Uh, I suppose from the age of about 19, my life went downhill rapidly because I became addicted to alcohol. I became a real mess at one point, really, really ill. Probably not far from death. I was lucky I didn't get cirrhosis. I mean, you can get cirrhosis in your 20s. I was drinking a hell of a lot. And sometimes I wasn't drinking a lot, but I still craved it all the time. If I couldn't get it, I'd just try and sleep. That's what I do. That's what I live for, is drink. And that's the only time I felt like normal, I felt like human, was when I was drinking. And I'd usually drink until I was in a blackout. I woke up in some strange places, like McDonald's, and I was babysitting as well. They weren't that young, but they were 7 and 10, something like that. And I was in McDonald's with the 2 children, because I was living with a couple. And obviously I've been looking after the children. Came to, oh, I'm in McDonald's with, I can't remember the children's names, unfortunately. But very nice children. But I felt really ashamed. I thought, I was in a blackout and I was looking after children. I said to them, was I doing anything strange or anything? They said, no, you were normal. So I was pleased about that. Another time I woke up in a man's bath, naked, in a bath full of water. I said, did we do it? He said, no, you just needed a bath. Maybe I've been sick, something like that. Yeah, because I was looking for a boyfriend, but I forgot his door number. It was in these flats, swanky flats as well. And the corridors were really long, and I think there was like 3 floors, and I forgot his door number, didn't I? What an idiot. I think I must have been quite drunk to actually forget the door number. And I was looking for him. I was getting really tired going up and down these stairs. I don't think I even used the lift because I was claustrophobic. And I spotted a cat and it was asleep. And I thought, I know, I'll sleep next to the cat. So I laid down, slept next to the cat. And next thing I knew, it was in a man's bath. And then he said, quick, my wife's coming home. I had to quickly get dressed. And it's not easy getting dressed when you're soaking wet. My clothes on and quickly ran out. I think I did manage to find my boyfriend. Actually, I did find him. Yeah. He was on a bench outside the flats. And his arm, I didn't know. I had my suspicions, but then I saw needle marks on his arm. And I knew that he was a heroin addict. I hadn't been with him that long. It wasn't a proper relationship. It was just about sex. That was it. I didn't really know nothing about him. I don't think he was interested in me. I was just there. He'd probably think I was a bit of a slapper. Well, I was. That's the truth. But it wasn't that I wanted sex. I wasn't really that interested in that. I could put on an act and act very professional. Uh, because I'd read a lot of books about sex, you see, so I knew what to do. I don't say I did everything. No, I did have my limitations in what I would do. It's more sensual than anything else. I'm probably embarrassing my sister if she's going to watch this. I wasn't really a slapper. I was just looking for someone to love me. A man that would love me and treat me like a queen. And I did meet someone like that. Alright, I wasn't really attracted to him physically. His face, mainly. It's just, everything else was perfect. His height, everything. He had a good fit body. A bit on the thin side, but he was healthy and fit. But it was his personality that shone out. He had a lovely personality, so lovely and warm and kind and caring and funny. He had a great sense of humour. We would have made the perfect match, but no, I chose to go out with that idiot man I mentioned earlier. And when I must have been a right narcissist in those days. And when I told this poor fellow, this really nice man, I said, "Oh, I've been cheating on you," just like that, nonchalantly. And you should have seen the look on his face. He looked really crestfallen. He looked broken-hearted. I broke his heart. And I'm just thinking, if he's watching this video now, he's probably married. He must be married. A man like that couldn't stay single forever because he's such a lovely, warm-hearted person. I hope he's healthy and he's got a lovely family. And I made a mistake. And I hope he can hear this. I wish I'd stayed with you. Because I think he was probably my soulmate. But in those days, I did want someone to look after me, but I was more into sort of the bad boys, those types. I wasn't really into the sensible. I don't really know what I was looking for. I was looking for someone that would love me and care for me, but I wanted someone who was maybe a bit of a daredevil or a real extrovert, something like that, because I was an introvert. So I wanted someone to compliment me, someone with charisma, and I did finally meet someone like that, and that was my son's father. He's a very charismatic person. Sadly, he died a few years ago, but I won't go into details about that. But I cried a lot when I heard he died. Um, I think I was just stupid. Um, I can't really say I'm going to blame. I mean, I think it has a number of there's a number of reasons that I'm not going to go into because they're personal and I don't want to blame anyone. But I think society had a lot. It was it was a societal problem. I think it was a problem where I felt that I didn't fit in. I didn't fit in with anything. I used to see the old ultra orthodox Jews in Zurich Airport, and I knew about their community, and they all look after each other. And I thought, well, it's not perfect, by the way, it's not perfect. But I thought, I wish I was Jewish. Well, I've got a little bit of Jewish blood in me, but not enough to say that I'm Jewish. But I thought I'd love to be a member of a community. I live in Britain, but I didn't feel British. My dad was British, I was half British, and my mum was Swiss. And she doesn't feel Swiss anymore, she feels English. I never felt Swiss, and I never felt English. And I was one of two, twins. And I think being an identical twin isn't a great thing. And they treated us as two people treated like one person, basically. It's like that in my day anyway. We were like freaks. I think there's more twins being born now than there used to be. I'm not sure. But in my day, twins were quite rare. I know in Nigeria it's quite common with one tribe. But my dad was an identical twin as well, but it was nothing like his brother. And I would say I'm not a lot like my twin sister either. We've got different personalities. She's more of an extrovert, and I'm more introverted. Um, she's very clever as well. Always much better at English than me. Got perfect English, perfect grammar. And very clever. At school though, she was a bit of a tomboy and she liked mucking about. So she didn't really study hard, you know. Not like me. I was a bookworm. I was the one that was more bookish then. So I did better at school. But she went on to further education in early adulthood and she got in her 20s, she got a degree in linguistics. Very clever woman, knows everything really. She's like an encyclopedia. And she did a stand-up comedy course as well. And she did, what do you call it? You know, for 5 minutes or something. Stand up. She did that. But because she can't travel, she can't drive, and she had two young children at the time. She can't pursue that, unfortunately. But she's very talented at anything she pursues, she's very good at. Good at languages as well, obviously. Linguistics. Spoke Spanish fluently. Me, I was quite good at picking up languages, like the easy parts. But when it came to got more grammatical and you had to learn more difficult grammar, like German, for instance, the O level was tough. But when I did the A level, only lasted a few months. Couldn't do it. I didn't know what. We had to read the newspaper. It was Das Bild or something. What is that Bild? Bild. I can't remember now what it means. Oh, isn't that awful? Anyway, it was equivalent to something like the Times or the Telegraph in this country. We were learning, funnily enough, environmental issues like pollution, air pollution, etc. These words, I know they were similar because they're scientific words. They were similar to English, but some of the German words were so long, ridiculous. About 10 syllables in each word. And the grammar was impossible for me. Because I only did CSE English, English grammar wasn't that great. I struggled. So I think if you want to learn a foreign language and you're about my age, it's best to have a sort of know your own language quite well and be quite good with grammar, your own grammar. I don't know, I might be wrong. Maybe you can pick up a language parrot fashion. That's what I thought when I was learning Polish on Duolingo. I got quite far, but then I realised I wasn't learning the grammar. I wasn't even reading the grammar page. I was just skipping that. I thought I'll just learn it like a parrot. Then I came to the bit about where the word changes, like the object. The object in a sentence changes depending on what the object is doing, who's using it, what they're using it for, where it is, etc. And the word for knife, I can't remember now what it was. Novice? Oh no, that's probably not right. I've got it written somewhere. But it changed. The ending of the word knife changed, depending on where in the sentence it was. Was it the future, the past, etc.? And I thought, no. I can't do this. It's too difficult. It's even more difficult than German. German's number two in the languages. They're, they're in groups. The languages. Uh, how can I put this in English? If you want to learn a language, stick with the language first. First, that's in your group. Group one. Not our language isn't in group one. English isn't in group one. But for English speakers, it's best to start off with a language that is in group one, which includes the Latin languages, French, Spanish, Italian, etc. I think two of the Nordic languages, or three, Norwegian, Swedish, and Danish, I think. Dutch and Afrikaans. There might be some more, I don't know. But that's basic languages that are easiest for English speakers. And the next box is number two. It's only got one language in it, and that's German. And now box number three has got other European languages in it, like the Slavic languages, Russian, Polish, etc. Box four, I think there's box four and there's box five. I think box five contains languages like Arabic. I think Hebrew is in box three or four. It's easier than Arabic to learn. Mainly because it's probably got quite a lot of Yiddish in it, which is related to German. So it's easier to learn than Arabic. Yeah, but the most difficult box has got languages like Arabic, um, Korean, Japanese, Tibetan, Mandarin, Cantonese, etc. Yeah, all the languages I want to learn, unfortunately. Um, yeah, I think I made a lot of mistakes in my life. The worst mistake was drinking. I mean, I still drink, but in moderation now. You can control it. If you've got a problem with alcohol, don't think you have to give it up forever. You can. I know many people that have learned to control their alcohol consumption. Knowing your limits is good, and sticking to it is a good idea because you have to look after your liver. I can't tolerate a lot of alcohol anyway, which is a good thing. I can't get drunk now. Uh, no, I don't want to get drunk. That's the last thing I want. I don't want to get drunk. Um, I just want young people to be aware of themselves, like themselves, and that's something really, d- I didn't really like myself when I was young. I thought I was ugly. I thought I was stupid. Well, I was stupid, and I had no goals. So I think you should have a realistic goal. I mean, you can have a dream. You can have the, but don't be too ambitious unless you really think you can achieve it and it's doable. And do it. Like I had a friend who wanted to be an actor, and I thought, I said it's really difficult to become an actor. You'd probably be out of work a lot, but he did achieve his goal. He went to drama school and became an actor. All right, he's not famous, but he has been on the television, so that is an achievement. I don't really feel like I've really achieved anything in my life. Looking at my life now, sometimes it's so intolerable. I want to scream, and sometimes I don't. I feel sorry for the neighbours. Yeah, I feel sorry for them. I wrote them a letter saying it could be very loud at times. Yeah, and my partner being deaf as well, hard of hearing, I do have to shout at him a lot because he can't hear me. I don't feel like I've really achieved anything in my life. Having children, well, anyone can have children. Was I a good mother? I tried to be, but I don't think I was a very good mother at times because of my drinking and my mental health problems. and I think it was a mental health problems that led me to drink. Yeah, it's usually, if you've got a substance abuse addiction, it's usually because you've got an underlying mental health problem, or you've got very low self-esteem. Is that a mental health problem? I don't know. Anyway, if any young people have watched this video, um, yeah, try and have a go. No, try and know what you like, what you don't like, and try to get to know yourself and like yourself. Yeah, if you're shy, um, just fake it to make it. You know, smile at people. Just force yourself to be friendly and ask people questions. That's the best thing. That's what I used to do because I was shy. But I thought if I just walk over to someone and say, I really like your dress, or oh, it's a nice sunny day today, isn't it? You know, make small talk. I was quite good at that actually. And the older I got, the better I got at it with practice. So I wouldn't say I was a shy person anymore. No, I'm not shy at all. I can be a bit overbearing actually. People have told me that I can be quite overbearing. So I have to watch myself. Yeah, I have to watch myself. Anyway, I hope I didn't say anything horrible in this video that think shocking or anything like that. I don't want to shock anyone. I'm saying I have had some really horrible times in my past, which I will probably never speak about because I want them to remain secrets. In fact, I want to forget them altogether. Um, Even though my life isn't that great at the moment, um, I just live a day at a time, basically. I don't worry about tomorrow, and I make my videos. And I know a lot of people probably aren't into AI art. Well, it's not really art, is it? I don't call it art. I don't know what to call it really. AI generating images, and AI image generating, basically. But you've got to have an imagination and to be fairly creative as well. It's not that easy. People might think, oh, it's easy. But I'll tell you this now, if you've got Gencraft, it makes it a lot easier. Mm. Good app to get. If you like image generating, get Gencraft. I don't know if you can get it on your laptop, but you can probably get it on your phone, Android. Don't know about what's the other one, Apple, iPhone. I don't know about the iPhone, probably. Yeah, it's very good and it's addictive. Very, very, very addictive. And it's very good as well. It sometimes make mistakes with hands, limbs, feet, etc. So you've got to be careful. Anyway, I think I'll end this video. I hope people watching it weren't bored and think, what's she actually talking about? Because really, I'm not sure. But it's stream of consciousness, in a stream of consciousness, not writing but thinking. Because one thought leads on to another thought, and so it goes on. That's how thinking works. You have a thought, and that thought leads on to another thought. It's linked, and that's how I talk. Stream of consciousness. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I think, what's she talking about? Doesn't seem to know herself very well. No, I don't. Still got identity problems. Mm, I don't know who I am. I know I've got a lot of different ethnicities in me, which I'm pleased about. Yeah, I've got South Slavic in me as well. 10% South Slavic. That's Croatian, Serbian, Bosnian, uh, Montenegrin, Macedonian, and Bulgarian, I think. So that's something I'm very pleased about. Anyway, next time I talk, I might find out. I might find out a new ethnicity that I can add to my already long list of ethnicities. Alright then, I hope you like this video. Did you identify with me on any subject? Did you want to be a nun? Did you cheat on someone? Whatever. You can spill the beans on here. I don't mind. I won't judge you either. And if you didn't like the video, you can say something negative. You can say anything horrible about me. I won't mind. Alright? Alright then. I'm going to say goodbye now because it's been a long video. Alright then. Bye.